Okay, hello there, my dear crows. Satori here, and we're doing more of the Bloodborne casual run. I know I said literally in my last stream from Nikki that Nikki is my current project, so I should do that most often, but I did have a question at the end of that video whether anyone wanted me to hit the side quests and random quests in the world. And let's just say I'm going to give people time to figure out whether or not they want to actually see me do that. Although I might do it anyway because I've been trying to look up, like on Google, locations for where the quests are, because I know there are some even on my main account I have not managed to find. But yeah, I'm giving it a little bit before I start messing with it again. And heck, I was caught between doing Nikki, Bloodborne, Aura Kingdom, or Disney Dreamlight Valley. The last two, of course, being occasional, and I have not updated Aura Kingdom in an effing long time. But as soon as I logged in to grab stuff, I was like, I'm not in the mood to do this. Unfortunate.
Place, are you? And an accomplished hunter, would it be? I am Volta, Master of the League. Members of the League cleanse the streets of all the filth that's spread about during the hunt. Like any half-decent hunter ought to, you know? Haven't you seen enough of these wretched beasts? Freakish slugs and mad doctors. Sentence these fiends to death with the help of your League. And what do you say? Yes. Come in this
Why not?
The night just hunt.
Not that I have online. Although, I actually could get it because I got my allowance. I paid Pedro Lance for the commission of the new Twitch panels. I also spent money on Infinity Nikki, and regarding that, I got the White Knight's ballet dress. F's sake, that took me for almost as long as that new update when it came out. It's taken me that long to get all the pieces. I'm really hoping that I can fully evolve it because it looks really good in red. Though if I fail, I fail. And I already experimented with the dyes, and some of the really bright and dark shades of orange look close enough to red that it'll be fine. But I finally got it, but I did spend $15 on the game. I renewed my monthly gift thing. And I also spent straight up $10 on buying an instant full 10 poles. And some stuff had refreshed by then too, so I had a lot of extra diamonds. Although I hate that it takes 2 weeks for that one thing to refresh. Other gachas are like 1 week and some things like that refresh. Like I know Starwell's like that's a weekly thing. Maybe Nikki makes it spread out more because of how fewer diamonds you need for a full wish. Don't know. Either way, it is kind of annoying. But yeah, I spent a bit of money, but because I had saved like 26 from the whole of last month, it added up to the rest of my allowance, and I've been able to afford a few extra things. And I actually have a bit of money left over. For now, I'm letting it sit there. Although I was going to buy something off Etsy. I've had my eye on a Vioroid Studio outfit for Satori here, but I thought it was $5, turns out it was $20. And I'm really not in the mood to do that. Either it was $5 at one point, or I somehow completely misread that as $5 when it was actually $20. Don't know how my brain possibly did that. But yeah, Satori's still in her usual. And before I get asked why I don't make her clothes myself, do you have any idea how difficult it is to use Vioroid Studio? I don't know how to make clothes that actually look good in that thing, alright? At least though with Satori, I can have her wear anything. Other than, of course, her goddess dress. But that's not terribly important. It's not like she goes around wearing it all the time. I mean, it's not something she spreads around. And come on, she's lived as human her whole life, and then she ends up being a goddess. Do you think she's gonna spread that fact around? No. Why would she do that? If I remember correctly, these guys are weak to thrust. Now, I've said this practically every time I've done a playthrough or walkthrough of Bloodborne, but it is very uncommon for me to get lost in this location. And it's entirely because I try to stay on the path, and I just backtrack if I go too far in one direction. Like, you literally just saw me do that. If I go on the path, I know basically where I am. You blended in right there. And that's my main way to tell you how to prevent yourself from getting lost. You don't even need shining coins to tell yourself where you've been. Although it can be helpful, so I won't say don't do it. I'm just saying that it's not as easy to get lost as some people think it is in here. Can you get turned around pretty easy? Oh, yes, absolutely. But that's why I go back to the road. And if I have to go back a significant distance just so I can figure out where I am, then I will. And because of that, I haven't ever really needed to use shining coins. Not in here. The only time I have ever used them in Bloodborne is the Chalice dungeons. And can you blame me? Everything looks the effing same in there. Of course I'm getting confused in the chalices. Get out of here. You know, you make me think like you would belong in a Resident Evil game, pal. And I've never played one. I don't know, I feel like I get stressed out trying to play an RE game. I've watched people play them, and they do look fun. It's just, I feel like they stress the crap out of me, and I don't need that. Okay, back this way. I'm not gonna go that way. That's back to the road, but let me go this way first. Okay. Yeah. See, right there. I wasn't sure where I was, so I went back to the road. And there's the dude I just killed. The road is basically your friend in this area. If you get turned around, confused, or lost, the road will help you find your way. If you want to use shining coins to make it easier, feel free. I personally don't bother. And I feel incredibly tired for some reason. And I can't even blame the heat because it wasn't warm today. We in fact have had rain on and off, and it's very cool. And there goes my arm. Of course. Well, it felt fine, but I am holding a game controller now, and the first time it ever hurt, I noticed it was because I was holding a game controller. I don't know, something about the positioning of my arm when I'm playing a game seems to irritate something in my upper left arm. Although it's a little bit closer to my elbow today right now. Interesting. It does like to move around. Okay. I'm not sure how the boss fight is going to go in this area. Mind you, I've killed the boss using only an AI hunter before, so it's not like it's terribly difficult. Of course, if I bring a shaman's bone blade, it really won't be difficult to deal with. They'll slaughter each other. Although, I don't think I have any. I'd have to check my stash. Okay, couldn't backstab you. Oh, for once! I almost never managed to do that successfully. Die. Pro tip, don't let him grab you. So I'm sure you figured that out already. Although if you're a new player, or you're considering the game like that one person is who recently commented, and I think they subscribed as well. But if you're a new player, I'd highly recommend watching my 100% walkthrough of Bloodborne. Because this is a casual run. I'm not going to give really in-depth tips and tricks. Like, if you really want to know what you're doing, or at least have some better idea, because I'm not a pro, trust me, I am not a pro. But if you want some basic knowledge, then the 100% walkthrough is for you. Plus, I grab everything. What just happened over there? I heard a snake hiss, so I stopped. Oh, speaking of grabbing everything, when I did that updated little guide playlist for all the farming help, it turned out I missed a rune in the Nightmare Frontier. And I didn't even realize it. Oh no. I got it in that farming video, but that sucks. Really? Judging by the fact I didn't want to get too close to him, that should tell you plenty. Those guys hurt, and they inflict poison. Isn't that what you brought the antidotes for? Well, yes, but I prefer not to have to use them. Of course. It's like something in that angle is just bad sometimes. Why am I tired? I made myself coffee, but I have no hope that that's going to do me any good. Die. By the way, I had to do a test recording for this several times. The game was so much louder than my voice on like the first two tests that it was ridiculous. I lowered a lot of the audio in the game itself, and then I lowered the capture card audio too, for good measure. Somehow I didn't hit him as hard as I was hoping to. And you can see right here why I don't like him. You get too far away, he just starts spitting venom at you. And you're too close and all the dang heads are chomping on your hunter. There's not a good way to handle him. That's why I was throwing Molotovs a second ago. You look like a civilian. How'd you get here? Unless you lived in the village. Oh, hello. How did that first swing miss? Oh, hello. Ta 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 ta. Okay, now we can keep going. I should be able to at least get this guy. Yeah. Okay, you're not particularly weak to fire. No. Bad. Don't. You know, I have a funny question. And it isn't even for Bloodborne, it's for a different game. I think I mentioned it in a different video already, but I have to bring it up again, because it's a great question that the game developers probably didn't expect anyone to ask. So that game called Dive or Die, some people who also might have also thought of it probably already know where I'm going with this. I was literally watching this dude play it. What's he called? Raptor? I don't remember. I think it was Raptor. But I'm watching him play the game, and I'm just thinking, as literally the opening cutscene is playing, I can't help but question, what is the water drinking situation? The rain is, in a way, very toxic. If it touches you, it first drives you insane, and drives you to kill other people, and eventually it kills you. And in this whole process, the seas are rising and there's flooding because of this black rain. Is anyone else getting the same question I have gotten? While the game cutscene is still playing, I might add. My question was, and still is, what is the drinking water situation? If the rain is toxic and it's causing everything to flood, that means all the rivers, all the lakes, the oceans, and the sea are just as toxic as well. Although you're not supposed to drink salt or seawater anyway. Apparently it F's with your system. But regardless, there's my question. I mean, in the game, you're told to dive underwater and collect canned food, and you can also catch fish. Which, again, the black rain was going into the ocean and sea and everything. Isn't that still risky? Or am I not supposed to think about that? Just like I'm not supposed to think about what the heck water they're drinking. My dad, of course, was like, well, bottled water. I'm like, sure, but what are they going to do after they run out of bottled water? He didn't have anything to say after that, because he wasn't sure. I put that logistical question, I think it's logistical, toward my best friend Maria as well. She hesitated a very long moment before she typed back to me saying, that is a very good question. I couldn't believe that the person playing the game didn't think about it. And not to mention, is it just when the rain itself touches you? Does it not matter if it's been all over the fish? Because of the flooding? Or am I thinking too deeply into that? But nevertheless, my original question stands. What are we doing about the drinking water? It is probably a question that the game developers didn't expect anybody to focus on. And I'm not even the one playing the bloody game. I'm watching someone play it. That's what makes it funny. That I'm not even a player. And it occurred to me before the game even really started. I thought of it while the game cutscene was still happening. But, come on, surely someone agrees with this question. Where the heck are they gonna get drinking water from? I mean, sure, you can make sure you have a source of food, but there's something called death by dehydration. The human body requires water. Just, I could not help but think of that as I watched this guy play the game. I have to look up if there are... try to find some more people on YouTube who are playing it to see if they think of it, because... come on, I cannot be the only one who has noticed that that's an issue. There's no way. I mean, come on, tell me I'm wrong. Alright. I do get a little turned around right here because there's a lot of open space. That's where yeah. If you don't want to backtrack like I do again, just use shining coins, but me, I personally don't think I need to. Although one of these days, watch me end up having to because they really get confused. I could see it happening. Come here. Okay. I think I still have the same rune set up, don't I? Yeah. You don't have a lot of runes in the beginning, so there's only so much you can do with your setup. Oh, I was wondering where you were. You know, those snakes almost look like branches. Like he's some kind of demented leshy. Oh, hello there. I forgot you were there. It's my bad. Okay. Let's go after him, shall we? What? I didn't even hear the whistle go off. How'd that work? I thought I got to him in time. Like, I saw him do the gesture to whistle, but didn't get a chance to go off. That's lame. Or maybe the game design just works for him doing the gesture alone, and it works just fine. Well, be that way then. F you too. Okay, this should be that other route, yeah? I think all the paths eventually go the same way. I saw you moving. Up. Okay, I think in this video, or at least for Twitch purposes, the stream, I'm going to try to complete the Forbidden Forest, or Woods, whatever it's called. I always seem to forget for some odd reason. Ow. And that's why I stab these guys. It's not like you're lacking for vials, Satori. You're doing fine. That doesn't mean you should do your best not to take damage. If you can avoid damage, avoid it. Come off it. Okay, is there an exact way to do this stupid jump attack? Oh, and of course I do it when I'm right next to him. Particularly useless. I'm literally in his face. Faces. That was very useless. I mean, it's forward in R2, isn't it? So, man, you gotta do it just right or it don't work. Yeah, see, there we go. But you'll see me do this way more often because I just can't get the jump to happen. And because of that, it's very rare that you see me go out of my way to do the jump attacks. Although I'm trying to incorporated into my attacks now because it is pretty strong. Especially if you built your hunter correctly. I mean, all my hunters, other than Costin, because she's jack of all trades, they're skill-based. And that's just because I like to hit things very rapidly and as much as possible. Plus, skill weapon is fast weapon. And there are some things I want to, you know, not be slow on my swing with. When it comes to enemies, I would, you know, want to stagger. Then I won't be as terribly concerned. Oh, would you look at that? But yeah, if I'm wanting to stagger enemies with a big weapon, then obviously, yeah, a heavy base skill is definitely what you're looking for right there. But for most common enemies of Bloodborne, I find that I go toward fast-paced skill weapons rather than heavy. Honestly, I've never really made a good hunter that was all out just for strength. I think I tried once a long time ago and it did not go well. I kept my heavy weapon in its base mode so I could still swing fast, and I barely transformed it when I was killing one of the final bosses. Because I just couldn't swing fast enough to hit him. So there's an extra little shortcut for you. It's in the same place you first meet one of these snake dudes. This is a windmill, right? I'm not sure. I think it's a windmill. Speaking of windmills, I should play some more Grand Bazaar soon. You know, I like that game, I really do, but it's just, there's so many annoyances for it to me. If anything, I like all the very numerous hairstyles, and I like all the clothes. There's so many. In Story of Seasons, which is way easier and more convenient to play, you have a lot less. Oh, he actually dodged. Hi. You know, I feel bad for killing you, since you were probably actually a person before. Although, pretty much everything you kill once was. Okay, those are the arcane ones. There we go. Very dangerous. Mind you, these guys can hit pretty hard too, but the arcane ones, they're shooting arcane spells at you, and that's a lot more of a risk. And there you go, they give you blood gemstones. Ow! What'd I say? Uh-oh. Ah! Yeah, that's what you need to worry about. No. Oh, it still goes off? Holy F. Ah. Okay, apparently it still goes off even if you kill it. Duly noted. Well, I guess they opened a door to the cosmos. They didn't close it when they died, so yeah, it's still gonna go off. What makes these guys sad is that they weren't done, this didn't happen to them because of the Beast Plague. They were experimented on for this to happen, at least from some of the lore that I've looked into. Of course, some would argue otherwise, but that's when it comes to theory lore, and theory means whatever someone believes in what you're deciding to follow. Obviously, personally, I follow that theory line. Don't worry, I'm not going to talk a bunch about Grand Bazaar or Story of Seasons. We're not here for that. I find after I'm done with the stream, I realized I've talked about a lot of stuff I really didn't need to talk about. Like, it's perfectly okay to give another game praises while you're playing a different one, but I think I do it just a little bit too much. Not to mention I talk about other topics that I could really stand to leave alone. That happened a lot in my last stream with Infinity Nikki. To mention I kept babbling and going off topic a bunch. Although going off topic is just a thing I do, unfortunately. I'm babbling. I babble when I write. You could ask Maria. It's ridiculous. You idiot. You just made it so easy to kill you. He had ample opportunity to roar as I was coming his direction, and he didn't do it. That was on you. It was your fault you died. Gimme. Okay, I think I grabbed everything. I unlocked both shortcuts. And probably for the longest time, I could not tell where that other shortcut was because I wasn't paying enough attention when I watched. I want to say it was Epic Namebro. And he was the first person I ever watched play Bloodborne. Hello. Do you really think I'm just gonna wait for you to pop your snakeheads out? My gun didn't do a load of damage, and that's mostly because it's not fully leveled up. At least I don't think it is. Yeah, it ain't. That's because I didn't want to waste materials on it. I don't plan on using it long term. There's a better gun. And heck, if you just wait till you get a better gun, it's not a big deal. Especially if you're not a huge gun user. I mean, I try to get better at it. Not used to, but better. And I just don't seem to do that well. Because visceral attacks, or parries, if you'd rather, those require you to time an attack just right before the enemy hits you, shoot it, and then it will get staggered into the visceral moment, or the parry, and then you push R1. Okay, looks like these guys are both options. So the boss is down there, but I want to go look and see if I have something real quick. I don't think I do, but I'm gonna check. And hey, look at that! I didn't end up having to use any antidotes. Should probably repair my weapon as it is. Personally, I like to repair my weapons whenever I return to the dream. Just to keep them in tip-top shape. I keep feeling like I didn't get her hair light enough. Because this is supposed to be Satori in Bloodborne. But I still think I got the light hair correct. Honestly, Satori's hair color is a little difficult. It is such a light shade of blonde. It would almost go under the category of a platinum blonde, but not quite. Scaling, huh? This is not a weapon for that, but okay. Wait, hang on. Okay, this is the one that has the blunt up. When it comes to overall physical attack, I try to stick with that, because it's just easier. Why? Is that seriously my strongest thing right now? Is skill scaling. Wow. And that's a heavy weapon. Huh. Oh. Guess it doesn't technically matter, huh? Let's get rid of these. I don't need them. I have a habit of going through and getting rid of my really weak gems, but for now I'm gonna leave it till I get some stronger ones. Because otherwise, my gems would just become a cluttered effing mess. Okay, I do not have one. That's a pity, but I'm not surprised. I was looking for a Shaman Bone Blade. No, I can try to get one real quick. No guarantee it'll drop, of course, but I can try just real fast. Shaman Bone Blades are useful if you're surrounded by a bunch of stuff. Or just a few things. Because it makes everything that you hit with the bone blade just get targeted by everything else. So if I hit one of the Shadows of Yharnam with that thing, all of his buddies are going to try to kill him. This also works great with the Celestial Emissary boss. The other emissaries just do their best to rip him apart. Of course, you gotta make sure you actually hit him. Because the little emissary doesn't actually come at you himself. He sends all of his friends to kill you. Nope. Die. Get out of here. Okay. Oh wait, you're still there, right? Ah, my thumb popped. Okay, that's random. Hello. Bop. And that's him done. Okay, as far as I'm aware... Can I stop targeting the Bloody Crow? The only enemy who drops them is this guy. A brain sucker. Of course. Cthulhu's awkward cousin. However, you're gonna have a much higher chance to either get nothing or bullets out of him, so it's up to you whether or not you want to try and farm him. Of course, if you're in later game, then you can kill a bunch of them in the Upper Cathedral Ward area, but personally I'm not going to do that. Plus, I don't even have that active yet. And I'm gonna have to hope that 20 Arcane is enough to use the particular weapon. And I feel strangely warm. Turn my fan on and I hope you don't hear it. Let's move it away from the desk a little. I don't know why I get warm so dang often. It's super weird. Alright, so no Shaman Bone Blade. That's unfortunate. I suppose I can buy one over here. No, doesn't particularly look like it. Okay, fine. Let's head back then. I think I'll summon Henrik. Oh, that's funny. Item description just said his name. Yeah, but I'm gonna summon Henrik and have him help me. Although, I've never used the other guy, I think. Or at least I have, and it's been too long. Yeah, I'm gonna use the other guy. Why not? Hello, Walter. I really could probably easily afford spending a bit of money to get online just for the Chalice dungeon. But I don't know. Not to mention I could do Volter's whole quest line. Okay, what am I doing? Hang on. I unlocked the other shortcut. I'm stupid. As far as I know, you have to have online to do Volter's side quest, because you gotta help people kill bosses. Pick up vermin. Why is my brain suddenly forgetting how to do all this? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I mean, it has been a long time since I properly played Bloodborne. I don't think it's truly a shock that I'm forgetting how this works. What? I activated it. Are you kidding me? I wrote it up and I even showed you where this was, and it's not letting me do it now. I guess we go the long way. Get a healthy hobby, son. Okay. Gotta run through here till I find the ledge. I was very sure I activated the shortcut. Summon your snake friends, see if I care. Hello, goodbye. I'm not interested in killing you. You know, I should try to activate it again. Did I just go in a circle? Not quite. I think I cut it close, though. This ain't it. Hello. Again, you really shouldn't do that. I get so much opportunity to just kill you right there. And like the easiest way possible. You should not roar at me, son. Hi. Farewell. Okay, well there we go. I did it again. I just made it save. Is it because I went back down and didn't send the elevator up? Does that act like I didn't actually do it? Well, I just sent it up, so if all goes terribly wrong and my hunter dies, it'll be okay. Hey Satori, you didn't get that one thing of that armor. Yeah, I know. And I'm not going to bother getting it either. Again, if you want to see where I grab everything, my 100% walkthrough is on the channel. I mean, literally, if you just go from home and scroll down, you'll see where I've organized my playlists From everything that's recorded to everything that's been streamed. You will find the Bloodborne walkthrough. It is in there. The old one and the newer one. Oh, right, you're here again. Pardon me for forgetting that you were there. I feel like that took him a lot longer to do that time. Alright. Now the beast drawer can knock these bosses down, but I don't particularly bother. And honestly, summoning one of these AI hunters, I honestly only bring them in to be a human meat shield and to distract the other shadows of Yharnam. Because, well, he's there, or at least someone else is there. Any NPC AI hunter. The other two can be very preoccupied by dealing with him. And like I said, he also makes for a good human meat shield. Get over here. Personally, I killed this one first. Just because he has long distance attacks. Which can be particularly frustrating when you're trying to kill a different shadow. Not that he doesn't hurt in close range, but it's not his forte. Okay, their attack should change a smidgen now. Who you killing? Can't tell. Him? Okay, him. Now, you need to be careful. I'm guessing that was him, because it's way too soon for one of them to have done it. That was the Madaris whistle, if I said that correctly. Hello. Ah. Okay, that hurts. Do you suppose they're using the Chikage? Or is that just some random katana that he happens to have? Because there are some working theories that they're with Annalise. Oh, yeah, okay, that was definitely him. But stronger theory says that they're with Queen Yharnam. What? No, 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 don't come over here. Kill the other one. What are you doing? Thank you for that. Super much. Thank you. Really. Okay, this is when it gets dangerous, because when there's only one left, he's going to start summoning snakes to hit you. They have very long reach, and they hit you super mother effing hard. Do your best to not let this guy have room to breathe. Okay, we're good. This guy was very helpful. Thank you. He actually functioned more as a helper than a meat shield. Maybe you should summon him over Henrik. Okay. My hands are sweaty. Why am I all warm? Blech. Alright, I'm gonna get the lamp activated in here. I'm gonna clean out the area, then we're gonna leave. Because I'm not ready to do this area yet. I pushed B? I pushed circle! Why did you grab me? Please don't do it again. Effing Garden of Eyes. Leave me alone. Ow! Anything that inflicts frenzy I despise. Okay, again. I'm gonna go through the area, open everything up, and then we're leaving. I tend to complete Bergenworth after I've done everything else, and I need to go back to the dream real quick and grab something. Yeah, if I complete Bergenworth right now, one of the areas I currently have access to will change drastically, and I prefer to get all the items in there before it changes. Just personal preference. Okay, hang on. Yeah, nothing I particularly want to upgrade. Okay. That can go, that can go, that can go. I'm only keeping what's useful to this particular hunter. Carlson is the one who has everything. Okay, no, you came back here for a reason. Don't leave yet. There it is. You know, I've had a long time question. If I were to use the 1/3 umbilical cords when I haven't even gotten close to the very last boss of the game, does that stay? Or does it really have to be done right before you fight the boss? I have wondered that for a very long time, but I've never had the courage to actually try it. Because, personally, I really like the Childhood's Beginning ending. And the lore theory I follow regarding that is that your hunter becomes what everyone else so desperately wanted. What the organizations of Yharnam had wanted. You ascended to a higher plane of being. You're just an infant great one at the time, that's all. Me. That was close. Now, I've seen someone else who theorizes that you just become this weird slug thing and that you have no awareness. I'm not so sure. I like the theory line, and I can see it happening, that your hunter ultimately becomes a great one themselves. An infant great one, mind you, but you become one. Because of the umbilical cords that you consumed, all the insight that you had, how strong you made your hunter, everything you've seen and experienced. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure your player character is special, period. I mean, everyone calls you Pale Blood Hunter or Moonlit Sense, that type of thing. I think your hunter themselves is special, or they have a very special blood type. Regardless, I follow the thought line that your player is very special. And that's what allows you to become an infant great one. By the way, don't let him grab you. That's one brain sucker that absolutely will suck out your brain. Some of the other ones just hit you with melee attacks. Oh, wait, there's a thingy here. Wait, no. That happens first. Well, it's been long enough I started forgetting how this works. Yo. Ow. Oh my gosh, you hit hard. I'm stuck! I got trapped on the rail. Can I please just get one of you after me? Okay, that works. One at a time. 1v1 me, please. But yeah, anyway, that's why my favorite ending is childhood's beginning. I view it as, your hunter wasn't even trying to do that, and it's ultimately what happened. But whether or not your hunter has the capable of being responsible with that type of power, who could say? I didn't even push the... Okay, I did push it, but to get closer, not to jump. Whatever. The ending where it's honoring wishes and you take Garmin's place, I'm not sure I'm particularly keen on that. Just because we see what it does to Garmin. Plus, I don't like the idea of my hunter being imprisoned by the moon presence, because that's basically what happened. I mean, the dream needed a new host, so I understand that, but if someone literally went to the trouble of killing the final boss, Garmin, without pants on, just so they could see if they lose a leg. And they actually saw that, yes, that is literally what happened. The moon presence took your hunter's leg so that they were stuck. I mean, what the actual F? Bad enough that the moon presence imprisons you, but it takes off one of your legs so that you can't leave. Just what? Again, I understand the dream still needed to have a host, but that sucks. Oh, no. That is why I went outside. Because I knew you'd do that. No, you come out here, Yuri. We'll fight out here, not in there. Ah! You broke the bench! Yeah, I have one too. Ow. Ow! Oh, I'm effed. No! Oh, I've seen people dodge that crap, and I don't know how they do it. They like dodge toward the caster just the right way that you avoid the hits. I've never figured out how to do it. Satori, that's really cheap. I'm aware that it's cheap. I never claimed to be good at fighting my fellow hunters though, now did I? I straight up have said that I avoid PvP like the plague. Oh my gosh, you're gonna kill me. Of course, that's rather her goal, to effing kill me. What? Oh! Epic finisher. That was entirely an accident. I don't care. Whew. I never liked doing that fight. And entirely because she has the call beyond. That thing hurts. I like using it, but oh my word is it painful when it's used against you. It's like one of the most expensive arcane tools as well. You need 40 arcane stat to use it. I think it's the highest ranking members of the healing church who have it, the choir. And since Mikolosh has it, did he steal it, or did he find it first and they just took it later? Because that wouldn't surprise me particularly. Or maybe he stole it. Nothing would surprise me. Like, none of the organizations in Yharnam are good. None of them. Bergenworth was okay at first. But later on, they just effed themselves over. If you don't know about the fishing hamlet, then, well, I won't spoil it for you, but I will say Bergenworth was very deeply involved in that, and they did a lot of stuff I don't approve of. Like, morally, what they did there was horrifying. I was super disappointed when I learned all the lore about what happened in that situation. Because I thought Bergenworth was okay. At least to an extent. But nope, all the organizations of Yharnam have done something that I do not approve of. Alright, everything's open, and I grabbed all the stuff, so we're done here. And I'll come back a little later. So there's a few things I want to do before I hit stuff there. Should I? Yeah, just because. I honestly don't know how much it helps me, but I'm gonna grab it. I really think I didn't get Satori's hair color right. Those don't give you very many echoes. Sedative, put that away. Put this away, put this away, put that away. I think that's all I want to put away at the moment. Yeah. Okay, should I change up the runes? Depending on what I plan on doing, I'm not sure. The bolt damage reduction might be wise. Let's do that. Okay. I'm going to go and activate something. Preferably before I forget to do it. We will go to Canehurst, I promise. But there's a few things I need to take care of. And I have had an instance in the past where I forgot to do the very thing I'm heading toward. And it made some dialogue look really mother effing funny. Not funny haha, funny as in, oh, well, I effed up. Okay, you're not doing the eyeball thing on the lantern yet. Why didn't I go from the Grand Cathedral? This is stupid. Clearly I didn't think of it. Would have been a lot less running if I'd just gone from here. Oh well. I'm honestly not used to using that lantern, so that's probably why it didn't occur to me. Okay, now there is a Wandering Madness by the staircase over there, but personally I'm gonna recommend you completely ignore him until you've killed these two. Two NPC hunters, and judging by how they're dressed, they're from Yarhagul. Which means they've been kidnapping people. I don't approve. I have a gun too. Does your friend seriously not hear this? I was about to say, are you deaf? Ow, I got him. I don't care that he hit me, I got him. Okay, he's why I'm wearing Henrik's garb. Obviously. He's got the tinnitus. Owie, owie, owie. Well, the good news is, after you kill one of them, he's not going to come back. Which has me under the impression that not every hunter you see is part of the dream. Like, is only one hunter connected to the dream at a time? That doesn't make sense. Although I suppose that's where the working theory of all those pillars on the hunter's dream are. But it obviously ain't this guy. Okay. I'm glad I killed the other guy first, because he's the one who's really a pain in the butt. He avoids you like nuts. Okay, are you still here? Oh, you are here! I thought you would have skedaddled. So there's the Wandering Madness I mentioned. Let's go back up the stairs real quick. Now there is a few more Wandering Madness up ahead, and you might have to go back to a lamp because you're probably going to miss them. Or at least a couple. There's a lot of things up ahead that are going to be trying to kill you. Which makes it really easy to miss out on one of these little guys. I'm not kidding even slightly. It is bad. Oh, I thought you were facing away from me. Well, this is fine. I'm very well practiced at dealing with you guys at this point. Hey there. You're dead. Goodbye. Yeah, I use them for blood echo grinding. It's very effective, if dangerous. Speaking of a Wandering Madness... yeah, we'll have to come back for him. There are two more, though. You see that door? There are two more on either side of the door. And there's an executioner there. He's not going to make it easy for you to kill them. You are very likely to miss out on the Wandering Madness, literally because of him. Now, if you're quick enough and you're doing enough damage, you can easily kill the Wandering Madness. But this is probably going to be tricky. I'm going to try to visceral. I don't have extreme hopes of my chances in doing that, however. Oh, I actually got him. Although he hit me too. Okay, that's one less executioner. It's very rare I ever manage to kill both of these little snots. Entirely because this guy's right here and I targeted him. You ran for a very long time. That just got you killed. You little idiot. If he had stopped to try to dissipate, I probably wouldn't have got him. Well and truly, that Wandering Madness has got himself killed. Just out of range. He has a spin to win move! I do not want your hugs. I absolutely do not want to hug you. Okay, there was still the one up ahead that we missed. I'll have to come back and get him. Blood elixir, I have never once used that stuff. Now, if you had enough insight, you would see the amygdala in this room. And I really wonder just what this place's purpose is supposed to be, unless it's just a passage to Yargul. Because that won't open, by the way. Hello. Ow. Sorry, don't care. That was just Patches laughing about having sun test to amygdala. And here we are. Oh. Okay, I shouldn't need this again for a while. There he is. Hi, Patches. You're rather rude.
What did you eat? It must be some. You're not. I see.
He's basically trying to sacrifice you to amygdala. Can't say I appreciate that. Okay. Now, there's some theories that you are actually in Bergenworth now in a nightmare realm. And I follow that for the most part. I forgot you were there. The way I think of it as is that the place we saw as Bergenworth is absolutely Bergenworth. But the thing is, pieces of it got grabbed and went into the nightmare realm. Which I do believe is what we're seeing. This was all part of Bergenworth. It's just in here now. Scooped up and dumped into a nightmare realm. Hey everybody. Okay, as you clearly saw a minute ago, these guys are weak to thrust. Like, so weak to it that they die instantly. And one of them is throwing acid at me. 2 for 1, not a bad deal. Ow. They're not particularly dangerous, but all grouped up, they are kind of hurty. This is all that's left of the Scholars of Bergenworth. Ain't that unfortunate? I don't even want to know what happened. Who knows? Perhaps they deserved it. Quit dumping your mess on the floor. Satori, that's kind of mean to say they probably deserved whatever happened to them. Look. There's practically no one and no organization in Yharnam that I approve of. There are a few people I give a pass, and for specific reason. But for the most part, I despise pretty much most of the authority figures and the organizations of Yharnam. And in a lot of cases, what happened to them, they had it coming. They deserved it even. Now, I won't say that in every case. Like Lawrence, the man was an idiot who kept using the blood when he really shouldn't have been. He knew what it was doing and he kept effing with it anyway. He kept letting the people of Yharnam use it. He refused to stop. Did he want to do good? Possible. Was he trying really hard to get communication with a Great One? Yes. But was that worth what you did to the citizens of Yharnam? No, I can't approve of that. The ends do not justify the means. That is a line that I absolutely despise. And in practically no circumstance do I ever agree with it. I remembered you were there, at least. It's like the organizations of Yharnam seem to very much cling to that line of the ends justify the means. I'm pretty sure the people in question who got experimented on and were turned into beasts, they would not agree. Which I guess for every organization in Yharnam, it's good that they had no idea what was going on. Or at the very least they were blaming all their misfortunes on outsiders, which, come on, how stupid is that? Okay, get me out of here. So yeah, I'm not a fan of Lawrence. He should have stopped, and he had ample opportunity to see what he was doing was not good and had really bad end results, and he just would not stop. Do I think it's okay that he ended up burning for all eternity in the Hunter's Nightmare? No, but I'm pretty sure all the organizations held a part in what happened at the fishing hamlet, and I'm not about to argue with how a Great One punished him for what happened. I don't particularly like it, but he did something horrific. Okay. I missed a Wandering Madness, so I gotta go back. Let's use this one this time. Now, if you want to talk about any character that I might give a pass to, Ludwig. I'm not really hard on him, but I also don't know much about him either. I haven't done intensive lore searching for that guy. But I'm really thinking he wasn't a high-ranked church member, and if he was, he might have been more of a hunter and didn't have full understanding of exactly what Lawrence was doing. But I don't know enough about Ludwig. I can give him a bit of a pass based on what little I do know, but I won't give him a full pass until I understand more about him. Then there's Lady Maria. I'm willing to let go of the part she played in the fishing hamlet entirely because she felt horrible about it. Although she didn't really improve things for herself when she got involved in the research hall. The things that were done to the people there is like, you went from one pan to the fire to a whole new one, Maria. And not that it mattered how much she regretted it. She still got cursed by Cause and the villagers. But she realized what she did was wrong. So I can give her a slight pass, too. And that's just two characters off the top of my head. Okay. Let's put it back on that. I don't really have a lot of runes. Bolt paper. Although I don't see me doing Chalice Dungeon with this character, but I'll save that anyway. Sure. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I should do that too. It'll be quick. My coffee probably could have used a little bit more sugar. Probably should have tasted it before I went back to my room for the stream, but oh well. You're not force pulling me from that angle, sir. You know, I don't recall upgrading my weapon any further or leveling up. So I'm not sure why you got angry after just the one hit. Alright, so objective here is to pick up all the items. Ow. Nah. Okay, when he hit me, I got all staggered. So now we gotta do this the old-fashioned way. Alright. And my PS4 is making a lot of noise. Now. Unfortunately for these enemies, I've gotten very good at dealing with them. I did a lot of echo grinding here after I got Satori's skill stat at 25. Hello there. You really shouldn't do that. Now that's a nice chunk of blood echoes. Alright, over here. Yo, Fidos. Okay, no, don't hide behind him. Do not hide behind him. Bad dog. Ha ha ha! Can you get out from behind the pillar? Bop. This is exactly the strategy I used when I did that farming video. It is immensely effective. And by the way, it was super hard not to pick up items while I was doing my echo grinding. I barely resisted the urge. Although, any twin bloodstone shards I don't technically need. At least not until I get the weapon I plan for her to use long term. And that's probably not going to happen until the DLC. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to give her the Rikuyo. I don't know, I just like that weapon. Although Gabriel, my other hunter, he's a different story. I wanted to use the online to make use of Chalice dungeons, get the code, and get him the particular weapons I want him to be using. Arguably, I could do the same thing for Satori here, just get her a lost or uncanny Rikuyo, but again, that requires me spending money, and I'm still not sure if I want to do that for Bloodborne. I'm leaning toward it, because it's really not that big of a deal. I don't have daggers. It's like, I have enough money right now that spending $10 wouldn't be a big issue. Okay, that's a problem. They're gonna have a buddy system going forward now. If I can get them to separate, that'd be great. But I'm not positive I can manage it. Well, I don't see his friend, so I think I'm okay. That's a lot easier if you have daggers on you, or you throw a pebble. But I completely neglected to bring either. Ah. Now I know what you're thinking. Why did I put away Henrik's outfit since there's a boss in this area that's electric? I'll be honest, I forgot. And as I'm thinking about it, he's very much technically an optional boss. And because of that, I can't be bothered to kill him. Again, this is a casual run. I don't have to do that extra crap if I don't feel like it. Okay, I appear to have killed it already, but there's a Wandering Madness right here as you run over to open this door. Yeah, see, it's already open. But yeah, certain things I'm just not going to do. This is a casual run, and I can ignore things if I feel like it. And I very much feel like ignoring that electric boss. He is infuriating to fight, and I hate him. It's not just because he's fast or he hits hard, it's the fact that targeting him is actually not suggested. And I do like the targeting system, but he is just one enemy you don't want to do that to. It actually makes it harder to hit him. Because your game is focusing on staring at the target point, and you want to hit his limbs. It's hard to do that when you're being forced to look one specific direction. Astonishing that I missed instantly. Die. Were they like trying to go through the door and it wasn't working? And they just died praying here, begging to be let in? Heh. So that does beg the question, how long was the School of Mensis working on this for? Yeah, there's a very interesting person I found on YouTube a while ago. First on Twitch, I think, then later YouTube. But they were doing a playthrough of Bloodborne and talking about the lore as they went. And they had a very interesting lore idea that I never even contemplated. It was like, her thought was that with everything the School of Mensis was doing, they were trying to commune with the Great One, or at least the Cosmos, to ascend themselves. And the Cosmos responded by saying, okay, fine. And just smashed them all into an amalgamation of that horrible rotted brain thing. It's like, okay, you ascended, happy now? Probably not. That is not what they were hoping for, I imagine. And Mikolash, he was just the host of the nightmare. He didn't get to ascend. Although, becoming what they did become, I wouldn't necessarily call that a fun ascension as is. But that is a very interesting idea. And I could see the Cosmos doing that if they were really unimpressed with the School of Mensis. But I don't know. It would explain where all the people went that were part of the ritual of what Mensis was trying to do. Because they had a lot of people that were just, you know, sitting in those chairs with those cages on their heads. It's like, what happened to them all? Sure, we see their corpses, but... what about anything else? Because we're very aware of Nightmare Realms. So the thought that they became that giant rotted brain is a very interesting idea. I haven't watched her full playthrough of that, and I still have it saved, but I was super intrigued by her idea. Like, immensely so. I'm lucky I didn't miss. There's the Tonitrus, we won't be using it. Okay, so that's the first time you go through Yarhagul. Later on when you come through here, it's a lot more nasty, which is why I like to clear the area out the first time I come through. So that when next time I come through, all the old stuff is already taken care of, and I just gotta focus on the new things that are around. Because everything about this spot changes. Okay, I might end this off with me entering Canehurst. I don't think I have actually going in there in me now. Oh, hello there. I'm gonna think more about whether or not I'm gonna spend $10 on the game. Because personally, I would like to, just so that I can get access to certain things. But I need to think about it. Because, a reminder, Satori doesn't really have money. So I gotta be careful what I do with it. You know, that's kind of a weak gem, so just go. I mean, if I ultimately do end up spending money on the game, then it'll probably literally just be for access of the Chalice dungeon. Okay, the only thing that's improved there is the Versus Blunt. Should I put that on? I don't know. Okay, a few other things go up for this one. I'll wear the gloves. I know the shoes are good. Okay. The church garb is staying in my inventory entirely because the poison resistance. And you know what? Tomb Prospector. Okay, looks like it loses out on like 10 points of physical defense, but a lot of other stuff goes up. Okay. I see. Alright, I guess that comes down to what defenses I want at the moment. Although I prefer how this looks, but I'm gonna put it away for now. Okay, hang on, let me equip full set. So poison res is higher, higher, higher. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that on me in that case. Right, for just pure physical defense... Well, it's like 10 points higher. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not a fan of how it looks, but I don't particularly like the Tomb Prospector garb that much either. I like most of the outfit enough that it doesn't bother me, but the Yargul, I think I'm gonna put that away. Yeah, you can go in there. I'm keeping it just in case I want to wear it later. Okay, and this... Yeah, that's just some other defenses, which would be good if I need them, but I might find something better later. For now, I'm going to put more focus on my physical defense. Although, mind you, armor's only going to help you so much for that. Your levels are going to be the more important thing in regards to your defense. I mean, look, under damage reduction, look what all of that says. Although, does it matter if I'm wearing this or not? Okay, it does indeed matter. I'm sure I've checked that before, it just wasn't occurring to me at the moment. So I guess I could have an extra 10 points if I wear the other garb. But I really don't like how the Yargul stuff looks, so I'm not going to put it on. I've beaten the game plenty of times without having to wear it. I will survive continuing.
I must was it very well then.
Wait, I didn't do the thingy, Give me a second, I'm sorry. I'm dumb, just give me a second. Every bit of echoes helps when you're leveling, okay? Hush up.
Welcome, what is very well.
Okay. Ha ha ha, I knew it. I had a lot of echoes though, so that's nice. So skill is good to go, it's just HP and my endurance I have to focus on for her.
Farewell, May.
Okay, so the question bearing is whether or not I'm going to spend money on the game just to access the dungeon. I think I might, but obviously I'm not going to do that on screen. I'm fairly sure the system won't show you any of my information, but it's better if I just don't have that on screen, okay? It's better if I just do not do that. Okay, back to the woods, because we need to activate Canehurst now. I tied up as many loose ends as I could think of. If there's anything else, then obviously I have completely forgotten it. And I'm unfortunately very good at forgetting things. Ugh. Okay, would running through normally be the best option? Yeah, probably. F off, turkey. This is not particularly wise entirely because of the dogs. Yeah, look at them. They are so determined to get me. Oh, F! It actually followed me down? Now that's determination. I can respect that. Wow. Ah, no, 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 no. Why'd you dodge that way of all directions? Okay, now we're gonna go through here. And as far as I'm aware, there's nothing important to pick up in this area, so I'm gonna pretend the items don't exist. And literally because there's a lot of dangerous stuff in here that can and will kill me. And no, I'm not referring to the big giant dude. I'm referring to the stuff that's in this liquid. You know what? F it. I'm already heading that way. I might as well just grab it. Yeah, there they are. I see them, man. Something apparently just died. No. Effing demented tapeworm. I don't know why. That's what I've always thought of them as. I forget what they're actually called, however. It's escaping me, and I'm not doing enemy cards for this because it's a casual run. Gosh, what is this stuff that is slowly poisoning me? Ah! Ow! No! Okay, see, this is why I didn't want to come over here and grab items. Oh my gosh, leave me alone! I hate all of you. Bunch of chapel giants down here. Hurly-poly. Alright, time to play that one song from Metal Gear. I'm not actually going to do it because of copyright reasons. If you know, you know. Oh, man. I didn't even get that joke for the longest time because I'd never played Metal Gear. Once you knew the joke, I understood why people always played that song when climbing a ladder. Or singing it like one person, I found. That was funny. He was actually pretty good. Alright. I don't have a Molotov cocktail! Fantastic! I'm probably about to lose some insight and HP because I didn't grab a Molotov. Great. Well, that's what saving the madman's knowledge is for. Not to mention I've had an instance where I'm targeting this fool, and somehow I still miss when I throw the Molotov at him. That is a very bad well. Die. Meh. Meh. Oh, I hit him. I didn't think I was gonna manage that. I thought he was just out of my range. Okay, obviously I'm not gonna kill fake Yusefka. Oh, I never got the reward for sending this guy here. I completely forgot to talk to her about that. Oh well, whatever. Now, what even is the process of turning a person into one of these? That's just nuts. Good word. And I'm pretty sure she is a member of the choir of the Healing Church, because she has the Call Beyond. I'm fairly positive. Not to mention that, how do you say it? Augur of Aubriatus? I think that's how you pronounce that. And here's poor Yosefka. Yep. And here's what we came here for. The Canehurst summons. Okay, bye. That's literally what we came here for. That's all. I'm not even going to acknowledge fake Yosefka. She can just continue doing what she's doing. Alright, now to Hemwick. And then I'm probably going to call it. And this was a pretty okay stream. And I managed not to go too off topic on tangents, so that was nice. I need to really be careful about that. There's so much crap I just should not talk about in videos, at least too in depth. I personally just don't think it's a good idea. Whether or not any of you don't care, I don't know, because you're not telling me. I know there are people who watch the videos, you just don't comment or anything on things I ask about. Which is weird, since I often ask about what you'd like to see, and no one ever says anything. I know there are people who watch my content, so it's like, are you just not interested enough or something? I mean, fair, if so, I can understand that, but it's kind of hard to improve or give you what you might want to see if you're not telling me anything. Because I ask about stuff in games for your guys' sake. You did not just throw a Molotov at me at point-blank mother-effing range. What is wrong with you? Now you I understand, you're just a jerk. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have to kill both of these guys to make that carriage appear. Ow! Well, I wasn't quite in range. He still got me, but it wasn't as hard a hit as it could have been. Again, I really don't want your hugs. Okay, that should do it. Can all of you come here just in case you F this over for me? Well, they're reacting to it, just not very much. Hey! Don't ignore me! I am being terribly ignored. There we go, now they're getting interested after I killed a couple of them. Ow. Nah! Shh. Yes, I hissed at it. I like cats. Too bad I have allergies. Okay, why isn't anything happening? Do I have to look at it? I wouldn't think so. There we go. I do like this cutscene, so I'll let it play. Now, would you call this a coach or a carriage? I'm not sure. can barely even see my boots because of my armor. Okay, the rest of the cutscene I don't care about. I don't know, I just like watching it approach. It's kind of cool. Alrighty. Forsaken Castle Canehurst. Okay. And again, I'm gonna call it here. The stream went on pretty long and it went well. Nothing to complain about. Off screen though, I'm definitely gonna have to do some looking up for Infinity Nikki on side quests and the like. Try to find a good way to go about all of those. Because even if I'd kind of rather not do all of them, I sort of was trying to on my main account just for the diamonds. So it's only fair if I keep that up on the streaming account too. I don't know. Is that enough for another level?
Welcome, Woody. Very well, Nick.
Looks like it. Ouch.
Farewell, good hunter.
Thank you, Dolly. However, my OCD doesn't like that. This is perfect though, or just sell 2 of these and it should be fine. Yeah, that mostly takes care of the issue. Okay, well, I thank you all very much for coming in and watching. I had fun with this and you enjoyed it. And I'm not sure when next stream will be, so long as my arm is feeling okay and it's not hot, and, you know, nothing puts me off wanting to stream, I should be able to stream again sometime soon. For now, though, I'm definitely calling it because my arm does hurt a little bit and I don't want to overly stress it. And I have stuff to look up for Infinity Nikki, and I think I'm also going to go into Disney Dreamlight Valley and try to do a few things of gathering stone. Because I definitely need stone. When I activate the next biome, I'm gonna need to cover all the ground. Well, I will see you, my dear crows, in the next stream. Wishing you well and happy. Ta-ta!